Okay, something wrong about the voices. And now can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay, and introduce again. Hello? Can you hear me now? Well, something wrong about the microphone. And now I'm gonna introduce again. We are the doing company from China, and we are the manufacturer of the waste tire, waste plastic pyrolysis plant. And you may ask, what is a pyrolysis plant and what can the equipment use for? Well, and what's the input and output of our equipment? And today I'm going to introduce you. And you may first hear about this kind of equipment and don't know about the market, the policy. And today I'm going to introduce you and for example, how this pyrolysis plant work and what product, what profit we can get, and the policies in different countries, different regions. Today I'm going to tell you. And also, we are in China. We are the Chinese company, and we have our customers from all over the world, from Asia, from Europe, from American, from Australia. I'm sorry, and from Africa. So there are more than 100 countries have our equipment. So if you are not convenient, it's not easy for you to come to China to have a visit our factory. You can go to the customers' production line to have a visit about how our equipment work and what profit, what market it can get you. This is a service that our company can serve you. And you may ask, how can I contact with you? Well, you just it's very easy. You just leave your WhatsApp number, privately send a message to us, or you can add the email or just telephone number. Then our sales manager will contact with you immediately to have introduction about, for example, the data, some detailed data, some prices, the market, or some other information you want to know. Okay, let's go on this kind of this page, and this is the name of our company. Yeah, this is the name, the Henan Dong Environmental Protection Technology Company, and this brochure is for the waste tire, waste tire, waste plastic, or some other things like aluminium waste, oil sludge, coal tar oil, to the flue oil or the diesel. So what kind of oil I can get, you may ask? Well, the first kind of oil is the flue oil, and this kind of oil can be used at the glass factory, bricks factories, or other things like the generators, some other glass factories, some other things, some other places. And the second oil you can get is the diesel. And the diesel is non-standard diesel. It can't reach to the standard in China, but you can use it at like the large agricultural machine, the ferry boat, these places. So this is some input and output that our equipment can get, can produce, and this shows us some main raw materials. Can you see this picture? Some main raw materials about the pyrolysis plant. One of the main raw materials that our machine can process is the waste tire, the rubber tire. Now it have a very high oil yield, can reach to 45 to 50, and this shows us from 35 to 55. Why? Because there are different types of the waste tire. And if you have the tire from the trunk, the big transport vessel, then the oil yield is much more higher than the bicycle tire, motorbicycle tire. This is about the oil yield and the raw material. And the second raw materials is the oil yield. Is a waste plastic. Well, there are different kinds of plastic. And if you have the pure plastic, for example, the pure PP, PE, PS, then the oil yield can reach to 90%. Or if you have some other waste, like the medical waste, there's some plastic in it, or some food bag, some snack bags, or some paper mail waste, there's some plastic in it, and it's all due to what is in your plastic. Is it pure or other things in it? For example, is there much more water in your waste, paper mail waste? For example, if you have the dry ones very full of water in it, then the oil yield can reach to 60%, but it's wet. If your material is wet, then the oil yield can reach to 20%. So this is about some data of the oil yield of plastic. Well, I should you should attention that it's the PET plastic and the PVC is not can't to be pyrolysis because after the pyrolysis and during the condensing system, it will block the pipe in it, because we have many pipe to condense the oil. Then it will have some plaque and we will have some pressure problem. So except the PET and PVC and all kinds of the plastic can also use that raw material to be pyrolysis to all the oil. The second raw material is the oil sludge. Well, the oil yield is various, and because we have different kinds of the oil sludge. There are many oil sludge in the province. Oh, something wrong about the something wrong about the website. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Okay, let's go on. This is the third raw material. It's the oil sludge and the coal tar starch. We can get much more this kind of raw material in the province or the places that are plenty of the oil field or some oil factory. So you can get this kind of raw material. And the other main raw material is the aluminium plastic. The aluminium, well, if you use this kind of raw material, you can get not only the flue oil but also the aluminium ingot, like this, the aluminium ingot, and it's much more expensive than the flue oil. So if your raw material is this kind of things, like the pail, the bag in this pail, and you can get the aluminium for profit. Hello, my friends, and we are the Doing Company. Welcome. We have three kinds of three or four actually. Well, many of our customers will choose this three kinds of pyrolysis plant. The fully continuous, semi-continuous and the batch type continue, batch type waste type pyrolysis plant. The fourth is has a small capacity. That's not very common, but these three kinds of the pyrolysis plant is very useful, and I will have an introduction for you later. If you are interested in one kind of the equipment, you can type in the comment place, or just send a private message to us, then we'll give you an introduction for details. Okay, let's go on. This is the first pyrolysis plant. This is the first pyrolysis plant, the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. While in China, the government increased our people to have this kind of the equipment, the fully continuous, because it's more environmental friendly and more safe, and have the largest capacity, can deal with more material, like deal with more type, more plastic. So you are in China, you are encouraged to have this kind of the pyrolysis plant. And well, for the capacity, it's much more larger than the batch type pyrolysis plant, and the semi-continuous can reach to 15, 20, 30 to 50. Most of our customers will choose the 30 tons per day or 50 tons per day, because they have much more raw material and they can buy 2 lines of it. Then they can process, for example, 100 tons for each day. This is customer from China, Chongqing province, and the capacity of it is 30 tons per day. This is an outlet, and in this place is the feeding doors. To feed the rubber powder, you need to deal with transport the waste tire to the rubber powder. Then to feed it in the reactor, it's much more longer than the batch type. Well, for example, in this one, this is 26 meters, and it have 2 sections. We have a tub in it, in the middle of the reactor. And for example, the powder, the rubber powder, or the plastic block will pyrolysis in it. Then this is a burner to give the heating energy. Then, for example, the fully continuous waste tire pyrolysis plant, you only need for 8 hours to use the heating energy. For example, the natural gas, the oil gas, or for example, the coal, the wood, to heat the reactor. Then for the next 40 days to 45 days, you only need the tail gas we product to return to the reactor and to give this heating energy. And this, the outlet, the oil gas and the tail gas will come out from the outlet. Then it will go through, later is the condensing system, and the oil gas will cool down in the condensing system to condense it to the flue oil. And this is the discharging system. We not only get the flue gas, but also get the carbon black, and the carbon black will discharge in the discharging system. It's not different between the batch type and the fully continuous. Is we can feed the rubber powder and pyrolysis the rubber powder and discharge the carbon black at the same time. But if you chose the bed type pyrolysis plant, you need to first feed the waste tire or the plastic or other raw material. Sorry, you need to feed it for maybe 2 hours. Then you close the feeding door, pyrolysis it for maybe 15 hours. It's all due to your raw material, maybe 15 hours, and then you need to cool down the reactor to a very low temperature, nearly the common temperature, and then you are allowed to open the door to discharge the carbon black. For maybe you need to cool down for 4 hours to 5 hours. So it's not at the same time, but so it's the efficient is not as efficient as the fully continue. This is a kind of different. So why our government encourage us to have this fully continue? Because we can do all the things at the same time, feed the raw material and pyrolysis it and discharge carbon black at the same time. Why it can realize these products? Because the feeding system and the discharging system are all sealed. We have the sealed system, sealed design, so it can ensure you done this all project at the same time. Okay, this is about some information about the fully continue and the equipment advantages. You can see that advantages. Well, I just introduced you some advantages about the fully continue, and you can see it's fully automatic. We have the PLC system. So we are the labor saving. We don't need much more labors. For one line of 15 tons per day, you only need 3 workers, 1 or 2 works in the feeding system and 1 or 2 workers in the discharging system, and you don't need any more workers. So it's very labor saving, and well, it's more safety, and we can ensure more safe and to run in safe and common environment. So this is the fully automatic and PLC system, the one of the advantages. The second advantage is its continuous production for 24 hours. Of course, we can work for 45 to 60 days, and the big processing capacity, the biggest capacity that our factory can do is the 50 tons per day. So if you have a much more larger material to deal with, then you can have 2 lines. For example, our customers want to deal with 100 tons of the waste tire per day each day, so they can get 2 lines of it. Time and labor saving, of course, I just have an introduction for you. It's save labor because we have the PLC system, and it's time saving because we can discharge slag and feed pyrolysis at the same time. So much information or so much advantage I have told. Then how our equipment work? This 3D video will show us, and later I will show you this is a 3D picture. And wait a minute, I will show you some 3D videos. Well, any questions you want to know, you can just leave your WhatsApp number or telephone number in the comment place. You can have a look at it. Any questions you want to know, you can just type in the comment place, or you may ask, I want to get this picture. or I want to know more details, I want to know more data, more picture or video about your customers, of course you can just leave your WhatsApp number, your email in a common place. Then our sales manager will contact with you immediately. Okay, this is the odor removal. Okay, we have this fully continuous equipment, and these are these system or section. We have the fitting system to feed the raw material, and then the raw material will come to this system to be pyrolysis, and we will get out some outlet, some oil, some flue oil after the pyrolysis. Then the flue oil, sorry, it's not the flue oil right now, it's the oil gas. And the oil gas will come out from this outlet doors to the condensing system. It will condense it to the flue oil. It's the final product we get. Then and not only the flue oil, we also get the carbon black. Then the carbon black will also get out from the outlet, then went to the slagging system, it's called. Slagging system to lower its temperature to temperature that can be backpacked directly. And the odor removal system, what is it used for, you may ask? The odor removal system is for the tail gas, to do with the tail gas. Because we just say it now, the tail gas, right now the tail gas can return to the reactor as a heating energy, but if we burn it directly, it will have a bad smell in it. So we need to deal with it to remove this smells. Then when it returns to the reactor, it will don't have some bad smell. So it's very environmental friendly, and the government will allow you to have this project. And the desulfurizing tower is also to deal with the smoke that we get, and we can't just release release the smoke to the air directly. So we need some system, some gas purification system. Okay, this friend asked, do we have our customers, do we have the equipment in India? Yes, we have our equipment in India. And you can have a visit there. We have a fully continuous pyrolysis plant in India. One of the India customers bought our fully continuous to deal with the waste plastic. And we also have some customers from Thailand and from Korea, Japan, and Asia. So nearly 100 countries have our equipment. So you can have a visit there, or you can just come to our factory. We are in China to have a visit here. So we have many equipment in our factory because we have many customers, and they are waiting for the installation. Okay, this is the second pyrolysis plant, the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant. It's different from the difference between the fully continuous and semi-continuous is the capacity and the work efficient. For example, the capacity, the biggest capacity that our semi-continuous have is 20 tons per day. But the fully continuous is 50. You can exceed that. and we can have okay, that's this is the 20 tons, and we can deal with 2 reactor of the waste tire for 3 days. This is sufficient, and the same of the fully continuous, because they all called continuous, because we can also feed pyrolysis and slag, the carbon black, at the same time. We can discharge the carbon black at a very high temperature, so we don't need to cool down the reactor to discharge. It's very time saving. This is why some bosses will choose this kind of pyrolysis equipment. Okay, the advantages as the picture showed. You can have a look. Oh well, you can just see this picture. This is the reactor, different from the fully continuous. It's much more shorter, so the capacity is much more lower. And this is also the feeding doors, the outlet, and we use the burner to get the heating energy. This is the desulfurizing tower to purify the gas we release. And then similar to this fully continuous, we also get the condensing system, slagging system, purification system, or the removal system. Advantages, you can see automatic feeding, high efficiency, energy saving, and good performance. Okay, and the third, okay, to show it, get free quotation. Our sales manager can answer your questions and give you some details or some other information about the market and the product. So just anything you want to know, you can leave your telephone number or email your WhatsApp number in the comment place, or send your information to us privately. You're so welcome to ask our questions and visit our factories. The third one is a batch type pyrolysis plant. The capacity is 1 ton per day, 2 ton per day, and the largest one that the most of our customers chose is the 15 tons. They're full of 20 tons per day. Well, it's easily operation, cost effectively, good stability, and multiple use. For example, why is multiple uses? Because nearly all kinds of the raw material that can be pyrolysis all can use this this batch type pyrolysis plant to pyrolysis, because you can see that we have a very large tank, very large reactor in it, and it's empty, so you can just put all your raw material like the whole tire or the plastic or some other like oil sludge, the medical waste in this reactor to close the door and burn it to pyrolysis to get the oil gas, and the tail gas. So this is multiple uses. But if you have the fully continuous, we need to ensure the sealed environment and the continuous work. So some kinds of the raw material is not allowed to use this fully continuous. For example, aluminium waste. We will get the large block of the aluminium, so we can't discharge it in a sealed environment, or we can't discharge it in the winch. This is how it works. I'm not sure, can you see it clearly? this batch type, we also have the feeding extraction, pyrolysis section, a cooling system, odor removal system, and the purification system. The difference is we have the cooling system. This is a condensing system. Sorry, we have the cooling system in the reactor, and the wind will cool down the reactor to ensure when we discharge the carbon black, it's very low temperature, reach to the common temperature. What is the pyrolysis used for? Well, our equipment is used for to deal with the waste things like the waste tire, waste plastic, and you can get the flue oil from the raw material, and the flue oil or the diesel can be used at heating energy or motive energy. Then, for example, you get the flue oil you can use at the glass factory, bricks factory, or the generators, or you can get the diesel to use at the large agricultural machine, the mile machine, the ferry, the ship, the big ship. This is what our product used for, and this is what our pyrolysis plant used for. More information you want to know, my friend, you can just leave your telephone number or your WhatsApp number to send us or to send your message privately to us. Then our sales manager will give you an introduction for very immediately. Well, we are in China. We are the Chinese factory, and we called the Doing Group, the Doing Environmental Protection Company. And we have our own factory nearby our companies. So you're so welcome to our factory to have a visit and to know more details about our equipment. This is the fourth equipment, the fourth kind of the equipment we have is the pyrolysis plant unit. It's very small and have a capacity is 100 kilogram per day and 500 kilogram per day. It's very small, but well, some bosses, some friends will use it privately, personally, for example, their agricultural machine, to use at their agricultural machine, because there are many, will have many customers from America, from Australia. They have many farmers in it, so they will buy this kind of pyrolysis plant unit to use it at their agricultural machine. Is the government allowed us to do this work? Well, sir, we have different policies in different regions. So you can type where you want to do this project and to contact with the sales manager. And because we have different customers in different regions and they have many experience about this kind of policies or market, they can send you some information about it. For example, in China, in different provinces, they have different policies about the environment policy. The pollution policy is very different. For example, some province is very strict to get the allowance to do this work, but some province is much more easy to get allowance. You need to apply this. But maybe in some countries, we don't need to apply it to the government, just can have this job directly. I forgot to introduce the advantage about the unit. Free installation, cost saving, easy handling, tasks available. Just we talk about the installation. You may worry that we are in China and you are in maybe Africa. How can I installation such a big equipment? Well, you don't need to worry. Our engineer, our worker will went to your country to help you to installation and help you when your equipment can work very fluently and very good environment and good experience, then our engineer and worker will come back. So it's not to worry about this installation. And the transportation, you also don't need to worry. We have such experience for more than 10 years. We have our some corporate company. Okay, and just to say it again, you can get free quotation just to leave your message to us. And then what can we get? The final products after pyrolysis. First is the main products is the flue oil. And the flue oil you can use at the boiler heating, the heavy oil generator, or if you want to refine it, you can get the refining equipment. Then you can get the diesel from the pyrolysis after the pyrolysis oil, and the diesel can use that the agricultural machine or the ferry boat. Next is the tail gas. You can see that tail gas, use it to burn, to heat the reactor, to save the heating energy. Then aluminium gold, if your raw material is aluminium, you can get the aluminium ingot to industrial manufacturing or directly sell it. Just both is okay. Or some other waste is also can use it. Carbon black have a very high heating energy, can replace the coal to use, or refining to the rubber, to the paint. Steel wire. I'm not sure if you know, we have steel wire in the tires, so you can get a steel wire after pyrolysis from the tire and to sold as scrap or remelt it. Profit analysis. This profit is due to your region where you're going to sell it or you're going to buy it, your raw material, and due to the government. So it will be kind of different in different countries. It just you can see that to have a short more details about your country, your policy. Just need you to contact with us, and our sales manager will give you an introduction. Yes, the data is based on based on the internet and feedback of our customers. You can contact us to make the details, the listed analysis, and this pyrolysis plant. You can have a look and have a screen cut. For example, the cost of our production is the waste tire, the electricity consumption, the heating flue, and the manpower. Just as I say, if you have the PLC system, we will save much more manpower. And if you have a fully use of the flue of tail gas, then you can save the heating flue. The electricity consumption is different from these three equipment, and more detailed things you just need to, our sales manager will give you some introduction. Income. This income is for the waste tire. But if your raw material is like the oil sludge, or other like aluminium, plastic, it's very different. For example, if your raw material is a flue oil, you can get your waste tire can get the flue oil, you get the carbon black and the steel wires. Some equipment advantages. I can have a look about the design of the reactor head. We are the round-shaped reactor head that can withstand the high temperature and the high pressure. So it's very important to reach to the high temperature pressure withstand, because we have the burning, the fire outside the reactor, and inside is the flue gas, the tail gas. If it have the release, if it can't withstand the high temperature, it will have some safety problem or some explosion. So if you want to have this equipment, want to have this project, you are just to know some companies. You need to have some information about how this reactor built, have some design of it to ensure the pressure, to ensure the temperature, to prevent the release. Okay, and the second one, three-step welding process. We used the machine to weld, not the labors. One-piece design, no risk for cracking, so it's very important. Long machine serve life. You can use it for example, the Foley continue. You can use it more than 5 years, because it's very important, because we are far away from all of the world. It's much more far from China, so we need to ensure your machine can serve for a very long time. For materials installation cover, yes, it's for protect the heating energy. Multiple fire protection test, guaranteed quality control. Carbon black weight transfer system. New post dust removal system, because the carbon black is one main pollution to our factory. It have the dust. We have the dust from the carbon black. So this is our new design to seal it without pollution, to ensure we have a very clean environment in our factory. You can see that valve service filter bag fully enclosed, no dust, easy to clean. Okay, and other design of our equipment have The exhaust gas cleaning system is our patent. You can have the patent book information if you want to know. To solve the unpleasant odors, solve the unpleasant odor and remove the harmful gas. So you can save the tail gas and to use it at the reactor. Then the purification system. And I'm sorry, there's some problems in the commonplace. I can't read your comment, so I always think there's no one in today's live show. So my assistant will answer your questions, and you can also type it in the commonplace. But I can't read it. I can't see your comment. So I am not sure if you have blamed me why I'm not answering you. So because today I can't see your comment, but my assistant will contact with you. And if you want to know more, just leave your WhatsApp number in it, and our sales manager will give you a fully and more introduction. Something wrong about the commonplace. I'm so sorry. And just if you want to know more, for example, you want to know more about the fully continue, you can type it as usual, and my assistant will tell me by my phone. Okay, I can't see it in the commonplace. This recommend products, or you can choose this kind of product, or due to your requirements. If you don't want to know, just you can don't need. For example, the tire shredding crushing machine. So for example, this machine is for the fully continue and semi-continue. You need to crush the whole tire to the rubber powder to feed the continuous plant, to ensure we have a sealed environment. Oh, there's so many questions today. I'm sorry, I can't see that. Okay, that this is today's information about to show you, and this is the 3 or 4 kinds of equipment that our company have for the waste tire with plastic pyrolysis plant. Okay, well, this live show will end in maybe 5 minutes. So anything you want to know more, you can type it, and my assistant will tell me. Then Okay, let's have a look at some other PowerPoint or some video. Wait a minute. Okay, let's have a look at the batch type pyrolysis plant, how it works. This is a production line of it, and this is the factory. We have the carbon black factory and the pyrolysis factory. We said two factory because we will have some pollution from the carbon black, so we separate it. Then we will ensure the pyrolysis plant is very clean. This is 6 line for the 15 tons per day batch type pyrolysis plant. They will have the square meters like reach to 1080 square meters. 1,800 square meters. This is a feeding system to feed the whole tire by the automatic feeder to the reactor. Then you close the feeder doors to use the burner to heat the reactor. Then when it's reached to 150 degree to for example to 200 degree, it will get the outlet. We will get the flue gas and the tail gas. Then it will come out and reach to the condensing system to cool down it, and we can get the final production, the oil. This is a buffer tank to slow down the speed of the flue gas, and a reactor. Okay, and this is the first step of the condensing system. We have 4 pipes in it, and outside is a cooling water, and it will recycle for the system, and then it will condense the oil. Then it will temporarily stored here, stored to the temporary tank. It's much more similar than the 3D photo. First, the second step, the oil water separator. It can not only condense the flue oil, the oil gas, condense the oil gas, not only can do this, but also it can clean the flue gas and to ensure it, to prevent it to return to the reactor. So it's a safety device. The horizontal condensers is the third step. You can see that it's much more, it have much more types in it. So most of the flue gas are condensed here, nearly 90% of the gas. And we ensure all the gas are being condensed, so we've set the first step. The odor removal system, clean the bad smell and the tail gas. This is a buffer tank, and this is a cleaning system. And it will through 2 tower, then to ensure all the bad smell, all the flue is purified. Then it will return to the reactor at the heating system, at the heating energy. So for 2 hours of the batch type to use for example, the oil or the cooled wood to heat the energy, and then the next few hours you only need the tail gas. odor removal system, and this is a purification system, like this. This is a name, desulfurization tower. This is the vacuum device to prevent the explosion when we open the feeding doors, the discharging doors. Some remained odor, some remained tail gas are not being used at the reactor. We can just burn it directly, or you can store it, but it will make some safety problems if you store it in a very not good way. Cooling system to cool down the reactor. And discharge the carbon black. This is a side discharge. We can discharge in this in the side of the reactor, or in front of the reactor, or back of the reactor. There's 3 different ways, and for different raw materials, for different factories, different place. For like this is sealed. It's underground, so there's no dust about the carbon black powder. Carbon black factory. You can use the carbon black to be heating energy. It can replace the coal, and you can just use it as a raw material for the rubber or the paint. Then the second product is the steel wire. You can use the forklift or this machine to put out this steel wire. It's black when you just put the whole tire in the reactor, but if you just use the fully continue, you can get more, much more high qualities of the steel wire. Then you can pump the oil to the larger tank. So this is the the batch type pyrolysis plant. And if you want to know more, just let me know and contact with me immediately. Our sales manager will give you an introduction for you, because because we can't just send the message to you, so you need to contact with us first to show your requirements. And our live show will need to have to say goodbye today. We'll have a live show in maybe Thursday. Yes, Thursday. The same time at Thursday. And so if you want to know more details, information, it's also welcomed to our live show. I can't see the comment today, so I'm sorry I can't contact with you, chat with you immediately. So, these are all the information I shared in this live show, and thank you for your watching today. No more details, you can just contact with me. Thank you for your watching today. Okay, it's time to say goodbye. Have a nice day, And thank you for watching. Goodbye.